friends, what's the number one mistake people make when purchasing a new home? I'll tell you, it is not getting an inspection from an outside source. So if you get a third-party inspection, we recommend that is a full home inspection, all the way attic, all the way crawl space, front and back, and if there's landscaping included, I would also include the sprinkler. So if you have to pay a little bit extra for that, go ahead and do that. And that's a buyer expense, it's not the builder's expense. So that third-party inspection, that is the number one thing that people make mistakes on. They don't get it, and then 6 months later, they don't know why their water bill is so high, and they have a pipe that wasn't even connected in their crawl space, and it happens to be the pipe that comes from their toilet. These are really common things that we find during inspections. We find big gulp cups stuck in vents because a sub was in the attic and just didn't know where to put it, so he puts it somewhere. We find dryer vents not connected in the attic to the roof, and so they're supposed to pop and go out of the roof, and so that moist air is supposed to carry through the attic space, not be in the attic space, and then mold can create, especially if it's a winter purchase. So there's a lot of moisture in the air in the winter, and then you add on top of that your dryer vent. That becomes a big problem. We actually purchased a home that the buyer had not done a third-party inspection. She bought it directly from the builder. The builder had to buy the home back from her. She created such a ruckus that he bought the home back from her, built her another home, and because she just couldn't stand it once there was mold in that home, and even though he corrected it, redid the whole home, in her mind it still smelled or felt like there was some mold in there. So please do yourself a favor and get that third-party inspection. Now, what happens if you've already made that mistake and you've already moved in? So our advice, everyone on our team advises you to go ahead and get that third-party inspection after close. So you've already moved through it, you're already in escrow, you're about ready to close, doesn't matter. Close and have your third-party inspector, and then DM me for some inspector recommendations if you're here in the Treasure Valley. Have that inspection, and the reason why is that you'll have a report. It'll be about 100 pages with 100 photos, and it'll tell you whether or not everything's on point and working properly. So the inspector does that attic to crawl space. He checks every plug for you. He checks to make sure your furnace is firing correctly. He'll check to make sure that the filter in the furnace was replaced before the move-in, because that is something you need. You don't want that filter that has been through construction to be in there. He'll check also to make sure that there's enough hot air coming from the vents or cold air coming from the vents as well. And as recommended, go ahead and have the front and back landscaping checked and have that fully done so that you know that that's working as well. And I hope that helps you, and that's a great recovery if you didn't get that inspection, because you're still within your 1-year warranty. So make sure you get that third-party inspection. And as always, be safe, be happy, and be home in Idaho.